Okay, I hope it works this time. Third time. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. I've restarted the app. It kept saying pause due to poor connection and then just wouldn't let me do anything. Excuse me. Hope we're good now. Yay. Okay. It's just letting everyone know. Super excited about today's guest. This is going to be good. I've been having this whole theme of like self-care and wellness journey because that's what it's all about, and that's what's more important, right? It's not always about the hustle. So okay. Hey Nathan. I'm just waiting for my guest here after 3 tries, so technology has just not been my thing today. Okay, let's see where she is. Hi, Erica. Yeah, this is a 3rd try, so technology has just not been my friend, but thanks. Okay. So yeah, I'm super excited about today's guest, wherever she may be. Let me message her. Okay, hopefully that works. Yeah, I keep checking if there's like Wi-Fi outages because now that I'm back in the States, like there's certain pockets of the city where Wi-Fi isn't great, and we should be fine. Like we've upgraded to like the fastest one just in case, but um yeah, no, definitely. I've been relying too much on technology. I've been trying to do like maybe at least like a Sunday without screens. Just because like, I just have this love-hate relationship with technology now, and I've been calling it digital dementia, but like I can't even remember what I have like on my calendar next week. That's how bad it's gone. Do It's connecting. Yay! I think we're good. Supreet, can you hear
Yay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yay! I can't see you yet though. I just see a white screen. Oh, there you are.
Yay.
Yay! Awesome. 3rd time's the charm.
I know we made it happen, right?
I know. I always kind of freak out right before, and I'm just like, oh no, please don't. Instagram Live has given me so many headaches. Like there's been a couple times where we've had to redo the entire Q&A because like it won't save. But I think they've just introduced a feature now where it just saves automatically, which is awesome. So thank
Oh, really? I have to look into that because that's definitely happened to me as well, where it's like did not save, and I'm like, oh my God,
goodness. I
like I
know, right?
cannot repurpose it.
I know. Tell me about it. And I'm just like, I feel so bad having to go back to the guest. I'm like, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to record the whole thing.
Hey, it
Anyways,
was trial, right? It was a practice run.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, the second time always comes out like so much better. It's kind of rehearsed, but
That's true.
um, well, anyways, hey Andy, thank you so much for tuning in. So, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I'm super excited about today's guest. So, I made it back to the States. I'm live here in Denver, Colorado. It is freezing, even though the sun's out, still cold. But I'm live here with Supreet all the way from the East Coast in the VA. So, thank you again for joining me for another one of these boss interviews. And I'm just super excited to continue bringing you these episodes of just amazing people that are just killing it and just doing amazing things, and here to just give you as much value as possible. So I'm super excited about today's guest. So I'd love to introduce you all to the lovely Supreet. So she's actually one of my beautiful mastermind sisters. So shout out to Elaine. Erica's here too. So Supreet is a licensed master esthetician in Virginia. She's been in the aesthetic field for 15 plus years. She's worked alongside plastic surgeons, dermatologists. She's even helped open up med spas, and she previously owned her own med spa in Northern Virginia. So she's very experienced, she's certified, and with various treatments and clinical skincare lines. She now guides women to help find their individualized skincare and wellness journey that's aligned to them. So thank you so much for being here on this Q&A today. I know like we played a couple like calendar tag, but we made it happen.
Yeah, no, thank you for so much for having me. This is so exciting.
Yay, awesome. So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got started? Like, how did you go, just as like going through your bio and stuff too, to like actually opening up your own one too? Like, what was that like?
Oh my God. It was, you get lost in it. You get lost in your journey. It wasn't until like my 5-year mark when I really started assessing it. It's like, is this healthy? It's like, is my business growing? Like, I wasn't even checking that. Obviously, it was growing. But that's when I really started like, okay, I need to start focusing on myself because that was what I was lacking. I was like, started to get chest pain, back pain,
Yeah.
just like random things like even my skin, like I felt like there was just, people were saying there's a glow, but I just did not see it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, me being in the field, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. Like I'm doing all the skincare, obviously, but inside. But I was like, there's that other thing you need on top of that. So that's, following aligned aside with that, I think just following my heart and going alongside that, I think really changed not only my business, but how I take on self-care. So,
Yeah, no, totally. Can you talk a little bit about your transition? Like, what was it like going from like brick and mortar and then obviously pandemic to where you are now?
oh my God, I think it was so crazy. But, I think feeling it out during the journey was very important. Like, I know a lot of people were holding it in, like, no, it's okay, we can get over this.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we will, but there's times when you need to let it out, like cry it out.
Yep.
Like, I know I had to close down my business during this time, and it was bittersweet. And, I wrote a bless and release letter and, let it go. And these are all things I did for my self-care because I was so attached to this business. But during this pandemic, it really made you think, like what am I doing? What is my purpose in life, And I was feeling a change in my business, a pivot happening, but of course, you know, the universe will tell you if you're not going to listen, something will happen and you're going to have to listen, right?
Totally.
So that is exactly what happened. Like, I kept ignoring all the signs, like, Supreet, this is not you, this is not your business anymore.
Yeah.
And during this COVID time, I've been able to pivot and refocus on my self-care. And I think Elaine, as our mastermind coach, she's really good about bringing that out, which really helped me um, bring that more into my business because that was what I was lacking. I wasn't putting that into my business when you
Mhm.
and the business are really just one.
Yeah.
And when you really take care of yourself, it can really as easy as it can be.
Yeah.
I hate to just say that, but it's like it is, you just gotta believe in the universe
Yeah.
and let the process happen and unfold.
So true. Yeah, it's so important. Like you just gotta trust the process. And like you're talking about too, like, like when you start noticing the patterns, you should pay attention to them and like not ignore them, right? Like
Yes.
so what's the most favorite thing about the work that you do right now?
The work now, I get to follow their journey. I think the self-care journey, because I've coming from a religious background, I think it's always been in me to be in self-care, but in a
Mhm.
more religious aspect and a
Yeah.
spiritual aspect, but not as part of taking care as the outer portion. So combining all that. But now I get to follow a client through all of that, through their spiritual, whether it's diet or it's, traumas they're working through.
Mhm.
So it's all,
Yeah.
you know, it's all together. And Skin Sutra actually means the coming together of skin. So it's all of it. So I get to guide them through that, and I feel like I feel so blessed to be a part of their journey. So
Oh,
yes, that's my
that's so
favorite
great.
part.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. Like it's just bringing it all together. So good.
Yes.
So I'm super excited about today's topic. Just your wellness journey overall, right? So I feel like this is the perfect thing to talk about, especially like as we wrap up the year, like many of us get stuck on this like hustle wheel and it's like very constant and it's always just like you're stuck in that hustle, right?
Yep.
Why is it so important as far as like for our wellness journey to find the time for self-care?
we get lost in it. We get a high sometime of like
Yeah.
the going, and then we forget about ourselves. But we gotta stop. We gotta pause, reflect, is it working? Is it something that I want to do? Even
Mhm.
it's simple, like I think we get caught up in the society stuff of what self-care is, like shopping. If I'm making an X amount of money, then I have to be shopping and buying this much.
Mhm.
But really is just it really depends on what you are, is it I need alone time, I need to reflect, I need to pause, I need some outdoor, whatever it is, and figuring that out. So it's really key to find that out during this time.
Yeah, I feel like it's so true because like some of us, I'm gonna raise my hand on that one, but like I used to make self-care such a luxury. Like, oh, if I do this, then I can, like have that.
Yeah.
Um, so more importantly, I also think it's about that permission to give yourself that time for self-care. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, definitely. I think instead of trying to find, like we said about even buying something for ourselves,
Yeah.
making that time, try to implement it daily. Don't make time for it like I'm gonna make time for it on the weekend or during the holiday. Make it a habit of daily, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, to just relax, self-care, whatever self-care means to you, reading a book, going outside, long drive, but just take care of yourself first. And even seeing a counselor, therapist, whatever self-care is. And I think you can never have enough self-care.
Mhm.
There's tons of it.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I think that's really great feedback because even I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, I'll have self-care here. Like, I have my calendar right here, like in the next 2 weeks. But I think that's really great advice. Like, it should be something that's there like every single day. What are your top three tips for improving your self-care routine or your wellness routine?
Drinking water. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's always number one. We can never have enough water. So improving that, find something that you like, a mug. Maybe it has your name on it, the type is straw, whatever. Find the one you like so you can drink enough water. So um, another self-care tip would be journaling. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
really underrated. And whatever that is to you, whether it's voice notes or physically writing, or talking to someone, whatever that is, I think that is very important. And I think being a 90s kid, I think it was always something that we did.
Totally.
Um, we had the gel pens and everything.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And,
I
but like,
know, like Gen Z and all these like, next generation here can't relate.
right? I mean, I remember having the locks on it too. So it's like,
Totally.
find your area. Like I hide my little diaries for my kids because my kids will write on them. So I definitely need a lock on them. um, so yeah, finding these little self-care, and relaxing, meditating. I
Mm-hmm.
think we can't do that enough.
Yeah.
We don't meditate. Even I've been lacking this past 2 weeks, but need to get back on that because that is makes such a difference. So
Yeah.
breathing, meditating.
No, those are awesome tips. I hope if you guys are catching that or catching the replays, number one, drinking water. Set like a water alarm because I've had to do that too, just to remind myself to drink
Yeah,
water.
whatever works.
Yeah. Journaling and then meditating. So talking a little bit about the meditating piece, I feel like it's really hard, and I'll raise my hand for this one too, because like my mind just goes. Like, what are some tips that you have for just like newbies that are just trying this? Because if they're just coming off this hustle wheel for the first time, it's like, it might be scary to be alone with your thoughts. Like, for some people, I definitely was one of those. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of, tips out there as well, but I think music can help a lot, or
mhm.
guided meditation. If you have someone, you can Google or YouTube. There's a bunch of guided meditations you can watch. I think that would really help you. So that way you're not thinking about your own thoughts, you're just following these thoughts and you can depict the picture they're painting for you. So I think those are better than trying to just sit there for 5 minutes, or even 2 minutes can be hard, if you can't get your mind off of stuff. So having a guided meditation can definitely help.
No, that's great advice. Yeah. I forgot that some of those things are available. I think that's like way like makes it much easier. So what do you feel like is the biggest thing that holds people back from like, taking that break?
finding time.
Mm-hmm.
Finding time. I think they always try to like, okay, I'm gonna find time or I'm
Mm-hmm.
making time for it. But it's like you have time now, literally. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny, my son was sitting there and he was just rose court
Uh-huh.
using the roller on his face. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just, relaxing. And I'm
How
like, oh
cute.
my God, like like this little kid is just chilling here. And it makes you think like, yes, that's what you need to do. Like it doesn't matter, whether you're reading a book or whatever, you can a little bit multitask and
Mhm.
do something else to take care of yourself in the meantime.
No, I love that. That's awesome. What about oh it's all good.
Fun here.
No worries. We have a guest appearance. Um, okay, so what about like going back to that permission piece? Because I feel like sometimes that holds people back too, especially I feel like especially women sometimes. Um, oh,
It's downstairs in the kitchen, but it's on the table, but sorry.
too cute. I see little hands like
He
um,
hates going live with me now.
oh, no worries. Oh yeah, so going back to the permission piece, because I feel like this can be a struggle for especially like women, maybe men too, like that can struggle with this too. But like, what about that permission piece? Like as far as like holding people back, like how, I guess what's your advice for like people that are struggling with that, or how can they get over like that part of it? Just like, giving themselves that time or that permission to.
Yeah, that can be a tough one. I mean, working through stuff, I mean, uh, giving yourself time and permission and slowly letting go, unlearning certain stuff. Yeah.
These are told.
These are cold. Can you give me 5 minutes and I can warm it up for you?
We don't do it for you.
Okay, I'll be there.
I want to eat it.
Okay, I'll be right there, okay?
I put it in the microwave.
Yeah, I'll be right downstairs.
5 minutes. 3 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So cute. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
finding ourselves time is giving ourselves permission is hard, but I think when you start unlearning certain stuff, you'll
Mhm.
start giving yourself permission. Um,
Mm.
and when you really feel into your self-care and actually use that time fully for yourself. I know he is very clever. He knows how to work me during my lives. He knows he can get everything he wants because it's like mom's on the spot and she knows that, I can't yell at him at this point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Asian mom comes out of me and I'm like, ugh. But see, exactly, controlling that, giving self, it's okay being the mom that I am. Slowly unlearning, I really think will help you discover that it's okay. Learning permission to go. That's what I've learned in my journey.
No, I think that's awesome. Oh, can you hear me?
Did we pause? Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it was disconnected for a second. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome because I feel like I think this will help you discover it as you start going through journaling, like Supreet said, because I think that's really important just to like kind of externalize a lot of that and start to figure that out for yourself. So something that helped me too, like, when I thought of it less as like a luxury, it's like, no, I actually do need this time to like recharge or else I'll just be cranky all the time. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. That's definitely like when I realized that I needed time to make sure that I was the mom that I wanted to be,
Mhm.
you start giving yourself time. You make sure you make time for yourself so
Yeah.
you are the person you want to be, the role model you want to be.
Mhm. I love that. It's so powerful because that's how you end up being able to make it more of a priority.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question. I always love to end these Q&As with action steps. What would you recommend to these young professionals or small business owners to do today as it relates to improving their wellness routine?
You know what? I would say journaling again.
Mhm.
I think, when you go through this, especially as an entrepreneur, we go through so many waves and so many, emotions of letting go and building excitement. But then we also have our personal lives that we're dealing with.
Mhm.
And I think as we go through that, pausing and reflecting as entrepreneurs. And that's the best thing we can do as entrepreneurs because that's how we can get better and creative
Oh, I
and really
love
get
that. Love that. That is so good. Mic drop right there. Yes, you guys definitely do it. take pictures, tag us, hashtag Supreet made me do it. Like,
Yeah.
we definitely want to support you too. And I definitely, can stand by that because I think it's super valuable, exactly what Supreet is saying. So Supreet, thank you so much for being on here today. Like, I really just appreciate you sharing more about your story and just your wisdom and advice. So for people that are interested in learning more or want to get in touch with you or work with you, how can they get in touch?
They can just simply DM me.
Okay, awesome. So I will have your information here in the caption for the replay. And yeah, excellent. So this has been so good. And I think this has been a topic that like I've been trying to like lean a lot more into as well, just personally. Because like we totally get stuck in it, like, in that hustle wheel. And it's really good, like you said, just to like pause and reflect. So thank you everyone for tuning in live, or if you're catching the replay, please let me know as always if you have any thoughts or feedback, or if you'd like me to have Supreet on again sometime. Any final thoughts from you, Supreet?
You're doing lovely and you're doing amazing.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you again. Thanks for everyone that's tuning in today. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
Bye,
Bye.
hon.